This is one of sport's great proving grounds, a gateway to glory where heroes are made.
Absolutely first class.
30 tournaments spanning 19 countries. It's a 10-month campaign to determine the very brightest prospects in golf.
He hasn't What a way to do it.
Along the way, a chance for the class of 2023 to expand horizons and sample life on tour.
Always nice to experience new cultures.
I love that noise.
Cheers, boy. Enjoy.
Finish the season in the top 20 on the Road to Mallorca rankings and secure a golden ticket to the DP World Tour. That's the dream shared by all who compete on the Challenge Tour. We've reached a crucial part of the 2023 Challenge Tour campaign, as just one regular event remains, the Op Open de Provence. After this week, field sizes shrink, with only the top 72 on the Road to Mallorca rankings advancing. As such, there's expected to be plenty of jostling for position. Felix Mori is among those currently well placed and hoping home comforts would lead to a good showing at a crucial time of the season.
It's a really nice place in France around here. You know, the countryside is beautiful, the food is great. My wife is here this week and it's nice to get some beautiful weather. I think it's not going to be too windy this week. So yeah, I'm just going to enjoy the week and be grateful to be here and just enjoy it as much as possible. The last two events are important. You know, I think I'm 42nd at the race. A good week would for sure put me in the final and maybe more, you know, so it's, I'm trying to not think too much about it and just do my job and go day by day.
Approaching this 28th event, Mori was safely ensconced inside the top 72, so a trip to China was guaranteed. However, Jack McDonald was among those on the outside looking in. Sweden's Christopher Broberg among those looking nervously over their shoulders, with his fellow countryman Rickard Karlberg in that vital 72nd position. One man who knows what it takes to make a late-season charge is Joel Sjöholm. He entered this event last year precariously placed at 198th on the Road to Mallorca. A win elevated him to 49th as he came up with the goods when it mattered most.
It's pretty cool to be back, and I've had some great memories here every time I got here, so yeah, it's going to be cool to be back this week and see if I can do something about it. I won here, so it always feels like I have a chance. I don't know why. When I get there, I just get this quite nice feeling about the place, and it's just one of those things that you can't really describe. This course has always suited me quite nicely. In my opinion, you can't overpower this golf course. You have to try to be a little bit tricky about it and try not to be too aggressive, and you cannot be too far back either. So you have to find this regular line that I'm trying to find every time I get to a golf course, but this one suits me quite well. Seve was my big hero when I grew up as well, so I don't know if that's something to do with it, but I've always looked up to him, and he likes, as you can see in the background here, the trees in the middle of the fairways, and I don't always hit the fairways, so a lot of people can't figure it out. I like it because I don't have to shape, think, try to create something, and that's what I do best, really.
Sjöholm's record at this place is certainly impressive, with a win in 2022 and a runner-up finish in 2018. And he would need to be at his best again to tame this Seve-designed par 72. Opened just over 30 years ago, the course invites attacking golf, with plenty of birdies available, as seen last year when Sjöholm's winning score was an impressive 17 under par. So to find out how things progressed this time round, it's over to Kit Alexander for the very best of the action from day one.
Joel Sjöholm, the defending champion and always well dressed, unfortunately started his defence with a bogey. Got back to level par for the day though, following this great approach at the fourth. He would go on to shoot a 71. Felix Mori was fast out of the block, 7 under through the first 14 holes, but he did bogey the 15th. The Frenchman, though, bounced straight back with this curling birdie effort at 16. He would part the 17th, and this was his third shot into the par 5 closing hole. He's 42nd on the road to Mallorca, so needs a big finish to the season if he's to book promotion. But it was a great start as he rolled in the birdie putt for an 8 under par 64 to begin his week. Iceland's Gudmundur Kristjansson started on the 10th, though this was his final hole. And enough turn at the end, it dropped in. And it was a 65 for him. Gregory Bordy finished with 3 birdies in a row, including this one at the last for a bogey-free 65.
Yes, a very nice opening day for the French fans then, with Bordy ending it just 1 shot adrift off his compatriot Maury. And with the weather and scoring conditions looking favourable, let's rejoin Kit for the second round highlights on Friday.
Francesco Laporta started the week with a 67. He began his second round on the 10th. He went out in 32. And he hit this excellent approach at the par 3 second. Got plenty of experience, finished 41st on the Race to Dubai in 2021 and bidding to get back there. And this birdie at the second, his 11th hole, got him to -10, the first man to double digits under par. Hats off, Mr. Laporta. Manuel Elvira also began his week with a 67. This lovely approach at the 12th set up his 6th birdie of round 2 to get him tied at the top alongside Laporta. The Italian birdied 5 and 7 and just had an iron for his second shot into the par 5 9th. Right at the flag, but it trickled through the back of the green. Elvira birdied 14, but had bogeys at 16 and 17. Finished on a high though. This birdie putt on 18 found the centre of the cup for a 67 and a -10 total. Laporta chipped to here. And he comfortably tucked that one home for a birdie and a 64, 13 under par through 2 rounds. Gregory Bordy was 1 under for the day when he reached his final hole, the 9th. And a superb second shot set up this eagle that got him into a share of second.
So heading into the weekend, Italian Francesco Laporta leading the way as he looked for his 2nd win of the season. But he was well aware of the home threat. No less than 4 Frenchmen were lurking within 4 shots of the lead. Now, the Op Open de Provence wasn't the only major sporting event taking place in France. The Rugby World Cup has been dominating headlines and capturing hearts. So what better way to celebrate that event than to catch up with a man who could have chosen a different path on his sporting journey.
I had 2 loves in my life. Rugby was the first one, and then golf followed. I started when I was 5 years old. I remember that my uncle and my cousin was playing rugby, and I wanted to try it. I also had some friends that was playing it, and so I tried. I really loved it. And then, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, I discovered golf. So at one point I had to make a choice, and I decided to play golf. But rugby was amazing memories for me, and it learned me a lot. I only played team sports. I played a lot of football also, but at the beginning at golf, I was getting like, okay, when I do a good game, it's thanks to me, so that's really rewarding. But when you're playing bad, it's because of you. So you really have to manage the frustration, the anger that can come with. In golf, you need to find your happiness in some other things than victories, because you don't have much. So you won't be happy on 150 tournaments. So you really need to focus. To me, it's like focusing on myself, and if I can give me a good grade at the end of the week, I'll take that as the victory, you know. You never quit, you always fight. And that's something that you can have a bad period on the pitch, you can have a bad period in your, as a kid or whatever, but when you are on the pitch, you need to fight, you never give up. And that's really something that I learned from rugby. It's never over. We had a really, really good team, so we were winning a lot of games, but there were some moments where we were a lot down on some games. But if you have the good spirit and you can carry on to your teammates and everything, then you can really do some great things. And I believe in golf is kind of the same. With the good spirit, if you are a good player, you can be really low, but you can have some change in weeks. I would say I'm just behind the French rugby team, and hopefully we are doing well at the World Cup. And yeah, so I'll just follow that. So I have this week in French, playing on home soil, and I know I can pull a good week, and if I do so, it might change a lot my end of season. So I'm focusing on that.
Coming up, as the road to Mallorca heads towards the finishing line, it's getting close to the crunch time in Provence. We'll find out who ruled the roost in France. See you after the break. Welcome back to France. We'd hit the midway mark at the Open de Provence, where 2023 Big Green Egg Challenge champion Francesco Laporta led the field through a fascinating first 36 holes. But of course, plenty could still change as the pressure mounted. To see how he and his rivals fared on moving day, let's rejoin Kit Alexander.
Halfway leader Francesco Laporta made the ideal start to the weekend with a birdie at the first to open up a 3-shot lead. He did bogey the 4th and the 6th, but got those drop shots back with birdies at 7 and 8. Lucas Vacarisas started the day 6 shots back, but he had a magnificent opening 9 of just 30 strokes. He dropped a shot at 11, but he immediately recovered with a birdie here at 12. Manuel Elvira got off to a good start as well and notched his 3rd birdie of the day at the par 3 5th. That got him into a tie for the lead at the time, but a couple of double bogeys on the back 9 halted his charge. The Laporta recovery continued, however, with this second shot from 171 metres at the par 5 9th, nearly going in. But it did leave him this relatively straightforward eagle putt, and that was enough to regain the lead as he headed into the back 9. Road to Mallorca number 1 Hugo Couso was out in 31, but he had 8 pars on the way in before this birdie here at the last gave him a 66. Vacarisas had a bogey at 13, red numbers at 14 and 16. And he judged this chip from the rough pretty well at the final hole. The Spaniard would find the bottom of the cup for a closing birdie at the Seve Ballesteros designed course to sit at 15 under with 18 holes to go. Felix Maury had 4 birdies and 2 bogeys in his first 8 holes, but then 7 pars on the bounce. The 2021 Dormy Open winner on the Challenge Tour did break that run in a positive direction though, with this birdie putt at the 16th. Laporta was 1 over for the back 9. But he had 217 metres for his second shot at the closing hole. And he knocked it in close, taking advantage of the par 5s once again. Maury parred 17 and judged this one beautifully to just catch the right edge to join Vacarisas and Laporta on -15. But the 3-time Challenge Tour winner Laporta had this for eagle. Just an ounce shy of pace. But the Italian would tap in for a 3rd round of 69 and a 1-shot lead going into the final day.
I was playing okay, so I knew some birdies they were on the way, so I was just waiting for that. So my game is solid, and if I give myself opportunities, it's good.
And as the sun set at the end of Saturday, Francesco Laporta found himself at the summit as 4 Frenchmen gave themselves the chance to make a move on Sunday, including the Road to Mallorca #1, Hugo Cousseau. So a strong showing at this stage for our leading contenders here in France. Let's see what a finish in their current positions would do for their Road to Mallorca ranking. A victory for Laporta would mean a jump to 10th, all but securing that DP World Tour card at this pivotal moment in the season. Lucas Vacarisas on course to make it to China, and for Felix Maury, a strong finish here on home soil come Sunday would thrust the Frenchman to the lofty heights of 23rd, putting that DP World Tour card within reach as we head towards the end of our season-long Road to Mallorca. Let's take a closer look at those on the knife edge now, hoping to gain entry into our penultimate tournament of the season, the Hainan Open in China. Only the top 72 after our week here at the Alpe Open de Provence would do so. Clearly then, there was plenty on the line. After 3 rounds, Christopher Broberg was projected to finish inside the top 72. But Ricard Karlberg and Jack McDonald were on course to miss out, and therefore needed to seize the day in round 4. Francesco Laporta was our 54-hole leader, remember? Could he get the job done and keep his rivals at bay? With all the final day drama, let's rejoin Kit Alexander for one last time.
Hugo Cousseau, 3rd shot into the par 5 4th. Flag 25 on and 6 from the left today. Right about there. So Cousseau will have that to go to 14 under. Maury's 3rd into the 4th, and a big opportunity here. Laporta is in trouble. His 3rd went way over the green into the penalty area. And Maury with a great chance to take advantage of that slip-up. Laporta has tapped in for double bogey. So this birdie for Maury means it's a 3-shot swing, and the Frenchman now leads at 16 under. Lucas Vacarisas missed 13 of his first 16 cuts this season before a tied 4th at the Challenge d'Espagne a month ago. And well, he has got it rolling. That's back-to-back birdies for the Spaniard.
Yes, Vacarisas completed his front nine in 6 under par, but it was a different story for overnight leader Laporta. This birdie on 7, a rare highlight as he struggled to keep up with the chasing pack.
Cracking surge from Ollie Farr out in 31, all pars on the back 9. But an eagle at 14, the Welshman puts his name into the hat. Wonderful opportunity for a maiden Challenge Tour win thanks to those 7 birdies in a row earlier in the round, and it's another at 14 for Vacarisas. Ollie Farr's 3rd into the last hole. And it's another absolute beauty. For a closing birdie. It's a splendid 64 to surge through the field from Ollie Farr. Now Lucas Vacarisas takes the applause as he makes his way to the 18th green. 2 putts to guarantee the win. And he coaxes it down hole side. Lucas Vacarisas breaks through in France. Coming into the week, he was worrying about retaining his playing rights on the Challenge Tour, and now he's given himself a chance of promotion to the DP World Tour.
Yes, the final leaderboard confirms a disappointing end to the week for long-time leader Laporta. Felix Maury finished as the top French player, but the spoils of victory went to our sizzling Spaniard.
Lucas Vacarisas. Well, I was playing good, and I just tried to do my best and just play every hole, and that's all. I'm so happy with my game, and if I go to Mallorca, let's have a good one there.
And that win sees the Spaniard climb to 39th in the Road to Mallorca rankings. But 28 events into our season, his fellow countryman Manuel Elvira moves up 5 places to 2nd. He's tucked in behind Hugo Cousseau, who extended his lead at the top. Further down, the consolation for Laporta was a return to the top 20, where after his runners-up place in France and up from 33rd position, Welshman Oliver Farr took a giant stride to sit in that critical 20th place. And so ends our final regular tour event for the season. From here on in, just 2 obstacles are left to overcome. 2 tournaments, both with limited fields, to decide the fate of the class of 2023. The top 72 now advance to China for the Hainan Open, as the pursuit of promotion to the DP World Tour winds on towards the finishing line.